Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. And like you know, this is your girl Sam, and I brought my diary with me today. So today's video is going to be, I'm just going to share my letter of explanation with you guys. So remember that the letter of explanation, it varies, it differs. So my situation might be different from yours, but at least when I share this with you, you can have an idea of what to include in your letter of explanation. Or you know, sometimes you don't know where to start when you're about to write. It can give you an idea of how to start your letter of explanation and how to build your letter of explanation. So I hope you guys will find this video beneficial, and don't move a button. I'll be right back. Okay, so now I have my computer here with me that I will be reading my letter of explanation from. And so in the header, I put my name, and below my name it says letter of explanation. Remember what I said in one of my previous videos, that the letter of explanation is what you're using to sell yourself to the visa officers. Guys, it's not like the US Embassy where you get to sit in front of a visa officer. You are not going to be in front of a visa officer. So this is where you tell the visa officer your intent, your purpose of wanting to study in Canada. So if you don't write a good explanation, trust me, it doesn't worth your time or your money to like submit an application. So make sure you have everything on point. So I'm going to jump into the video right now, and I have the dates. Then I said the visa officer, High Commission of Canada, 3 West Kings House Road, 10 Waterloo Road, Kingston. All right, I have dear sir, madam, and then the subject line is real letter of explanation, application for study permit. So I have here, my name is Dash, and I am Dash years old. I am a holder of a Bachelor of Business Administration degree, where my specialty is in accounting. I am a public sector worker who is currently employed to Dash as an office auditor for the last 3 years. This role encompasses carrying out the duties of accounting best practices, and I have also held similar positions in previous employments. So this is just giving them a brief information who I am, what have I been doing over the past couple of years, and how old I am. And you know, you can include other stuff, but you just want to get to the point. You don't want to have too much like excessive information, like it's verbiage, it's not adding anything to the letter of explanation. So then that's my first paragraph. In the next paragraph, I have been able to perform effectively over the years, particularly in my current role as an office auditor. This was evident in my yearly performance evaluation, which conveys performance target in excess of 93%. So here, because of my evaluation, my PR for my job, I got in 90s for my PRs, all of them. So what I did with this, I wrote it there, and I'll also attach a copy of my last PER, performance evaluation report, at the end. So now I said, having now garnered much needed experience in the field, I aspire to acquire top management positions specializing in the area of general management. It is therefore my belief, supported by observation and experience, that I need to equip myself with additional skill sets such as management and leadership skills, which will brand me more marketable and flexible in the job arena. Because everybody know that the job arena has become more competitive over the years. So I'm telling them, hey, I think I've spent enough time in this role and I want to acquire a top management position, and hence the reason for me wanting to study in Canada. Then I went on and I said, with this in mind, it is my interest to embark on the studies of a postgraduate diploma in business management at the Cape Breton University, as the college offers impressive management courses. The program will allow me to garner experience to make me more marketable in the job market. While similar programs are offered in Jamaica, I found the program at Cape Breton University to be more comprehensive, as it gives a more hands-on and practical approach in terms of the use of the various software applications and web-based tools. So you're telling them, yes, there are schools in your country that offer similar programs, but why do you want to study in Canada? It is cheaper to study in your country. Your country offers the same program. So no, you're telling them why. So you can get this information, like whichever school you're applying for, you can read up to see what the course entails, what is it you can garner, what is different about the courses at that school compared to the ones in Jamaica or to your own country. That is. So that was my second paragraph, right? Then I have another paragraph and it says, acquiring an international certificate that is recognized globally will give me an undeniable competitive edge in a competitive space. So yes, everybody know that in your country or wherever you are, it is very competitive in finding jobs. And I know for certain, like my country, they're like, once they see something from Canada or US, they will quicker to hire you, like experience. You're getting experience from other country that you're taking to their organization, so which will be beneficial to them in the long run. And then I said, my decision to study in Canada is based on the high academic standards of its school system and quality education that is recognized internationally. Everybody know that Canadian education, Canada, it is recognized worldwide. So studying in Canada, there's no ifs and buts about it, about whether or not it is recognized. You don't have to worry about that. And then I said, Canadian universities offer a stellar education at a lower cost than other international schools. The cost to study in the United States, because they might be wondering, okay, why don't you try to study in the US instead of Canada? You're telling them that the cost to study in Canada is way lower than that of other international universities, such as those in the US, guys. Because if you look at the US, the cost to study in the US, it is pretty expensive. Not to say that Canada's is not tuition is not expensive, but it is lower than that of the United States. Not that the United States is the only country, but when you think about studying abroad, you're thinking about probably UK, Canada, and the United States. And then you're going to choose which one of them is cheaper. So that's the reason why we're choosing Canada. So it says, studying in Canada give me first-hand experience of how things are done in another jurisdiction, from which I could adopt methods to bring back to my home country, Jamaica. Additionally, I wish to study in a peaceful and friendly environment like the one Canada offers, and will love to gain from the rich mix of culture, which will aid in building leadership quality on how to manage a diverse group, as well as enhance my professional development. The province of Nova Scotia was chosen because it is more affordable for me to study and live for the 2 years when compared to other provinces. Why do you choose a province that you're studying in or at? So you have to tell them this thing. why I chose Nova Scotia instead of Ontario, instead of Manitoba, instead of British Columbia. So you're telling them. And then after that, I went on and I said, Cape Breton University was my chosen Canadian institution because of the positive reviews I found about the institution. The institution has sufficient research facilities to promote smooth learning, and it also provides the opportunity for one-on-one learning due to its small class sizes. Additionally, Cape Breton University gives hands-on training and real-world experience through its internship program. So that's telling them why you choose a school. My studies will be financed by myself from savings that I have amassed over a number of years from my employment and working overseas on the exchange visitor work and travel program in the United States. You're telling them where you get the funds that you're showing for proof of funds, where you get that money from. I have set aside X amount, which is sufficient to cover my living expenses for 1 full year. In addition to this amount, I have investments in the amount of Canadian dollars that are readily available to me in the event I should need additional funds. I also have pension contribution in the amount of X Canadian dollars, which will be available to me upon request. Last but not least, I have already paid my full tuition for my first year of study in the amount of X dollars. Then, guys, it is a bit lengthy. I don't call it lengthy, it's 2 pages, but you don't want to leave out anything that you think is important to telling the visa officer why is it you're impressing them. Why should they approve my study permit? Then I said, my decision to study in Canada is one of the biggest decisions I have ever made, since I have no family or relatives living in Canada. My family, including my parents and siblings, currently reside in Jamaica. This will also be my first time being away from my son for an extended period of time. I have been married for the past 2 years and has been in a relationship with my now husband for over 10 years. My husband is employed with Dash full-time for 8 years. He will remain in Jamaica and continue to work while I study in Canada. This is basically telling them that upon completing your studies in Canada, you will be returning to your home country because all your families are back in Jamaica, including your child, your spouse, your mother, your parents, everybody is in Jamaica. So you're convincing them that you will be returning to your home country after the completion of your studies. Then I said, during my studies, my husband and my mother will be taking care of my son, who is now 1+ year old. My husband and I is currently in the process of building our home, and I currently own 1 motor vehicle. So you're telling them about the properties that you own. So we own a home, motor vehicle, whatever. And then it says, immediately after the completion of my studies, it is my absolute intention to return to my home country, to my family, and seek employment. I understand that being given a study permit is a privilege. Yes, it is a privilege and not a right. So you're telling them that, hey, listen, I know that it's not a right for me to get this study permit. I know it is a privilege. And then I went on to say, I also declared that I understand all my responsibilities and duties as an international student and will comply in all respect. I hereby apply for a Canadian study permit to facilitate my studies at the Cape Breton University in Sydney, Nova Scotia. So you're telling them where the school is located, you're giving them the full name of the school, you're telling them that you have done your research and you have gotten the information on where the school is located and everything. And then my final sentence is, thanks in advance for your kind consideration. Please see supporting documents attached for your perusal. And I said, yours respectfully, Samantha Mattis Thompson, and I sign. And then I have attachments, and I have letter of acceptance, statement of account, which is a proof of tuition payment, employment letter, pay slips, car documents, bank statements, investment statements, pension statements, life insurance documents, birth certificates for myself and my son and my spouse, my marriage certificate because I have name change, and all my documents was showing different names, some in my maiden name, some in my married name. So I provided my marriage certificate, land title and mortgage documents, police certificates, like everything you spoke about in your letter of explanation. So if once you talk about anything and you have supporting documents to back up that, then you're gonna put it there. Make sure you include it, so you don't have the visa officer wondering, is this true? So you're providing proof of what you're speaking to in your letter of explanation. So that's it for this video. If you find this video useful, don't forget to give the video a thumbs up and comment if you have any questions in the comment section below, and don't forget to hit that subscription button if you haven't yet done so. And peace out, and I'll see you in my next video. So bye.